missed it. That's okay, though. We got some latecomers. I'm adding them as well to the Zoom call. Live streaming to YouTube in 3, 2, 1, and we done. There we go. Boom, love it. Hosting, just checking, looking good. Yeah, it's looking good. If you're just tuning in, once again, my name is Steve Hobbs.
Just missed it.
Good to see you guys. Oh, I got to close that or I'm going to hear my voice the entire time. But yeah, Loons Pub Trivia online. You made it. And if you just tuned in too on YouTube, sorry, my bad. I actually forgot to hit the button to make sure we were live streaming to YouTube for the very beginning. Nevertheless, we're just introducing everything. And yeah, just to remind you too, one thing to introduce, a beer you might not have heard of before is Bo's brand beer. Take a look up top. Loons loves to sell Bo's. We're big fans of Bo's. Bo's gives us, when we are in the bar, $5 pints during trivia and shortly thereafter, pints of Bo's Lug Tread. Tasty, tasty stuff. I actually just ran out of my Bo's. I'm just going to cover the label of this one. I said whatever I had lying around the house, but I'll be back for more Bo's in the future. And if you come in first tonight at the end of trivia, you get the chance to win a case of Bo's. That's 24 Bo's potentially coming at you. At the end of this week, we're going to be doing a lottery type draw on Friday to determine who is going to get that case out of our first place winners. And tonight's your last chance to be part of that draw. Only the first place team will get that. Their team name put into that lottery. And I'll be contacting you afterwards to follow up and stuff about that. We'll put a post online on the Facebook thing either tomorrow or Wednesday, letting anyone else know that, because it'll be a broadcasted call if anyone else wants to follow along. Anyway, let's get to the rules. I see it looks like everyone who's playing, for the most part, has gotten in. No one's in the waiting room anymore, so I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. We have passwords to make sure nobody's like Zoom bombing us with like hate speech or anything. And honestly, it's never come up, so I guess the system's working. I don't know. Cool. All right, let me just get that screen shared for you once again here. Just a moment. There we go. Oh, I should probably get the PowerPoint back up if I'm going to do that. There we go. All right, here we go. So let's get to the rules for the night. The rules aren't any different than normal, by the way. Oh, I should mention, you know what? Before I share that screen, I will mention that we have one of the wonderful things that makes today a very special week for me and a very special Monday is for the first time this year, I can announce, coming off of all the COVID stuff, we now have a pickup at Loons. If you want to make an order, there's certain amazing promos that are out there right now. Specifically, I know there's one for tall boys. And also one for wine, I believe. Take a look on their website. They'll be posting stuff throughout the week. And also I'll have a nice little infographic for you next week. But yeah, you can do pickup Wednesday through Sunday, not Monday or Tuesday. So don't bother today. But starting Wednesday, you can totally do that. So yeah, feel free to help yourself to making a nice order of some discounted Loons drinks. That'd be good. And food. The food's there too. Not discounted for the food, but amazing deals all the time at Loons. So you might as well just order yourself a meal. Yeah. Loons, the community and the bar that keeps on giving. Cool. Let's take a look at our rules for the night. Now I'll share that screen. Beep, bop, boop. That's the computer sound in my head. And we're sharing. Cool. Here are the rules for the night. Teams are, quote unquote teams, are whomever you live with or whomever you contact from your home as you play. Do not invite friends over to play with you or you'll be disqualified. Also, kudos to everyone that's playing trivia tonight and not out enjoying the weather in some Trinity Bellwoods Park style, not so smart socializing, because we are not out of the woods yet. So thank you for playing trivia and doing a safe thing like this. No online resource help, internet phone apps of any kind, etc., including during the breaks. So no Shazams, no Googles, don't even bother with that stuff. You're at home, so you're marking your own answers, partly in good faith. I trust you, and I'm also looking at you through your webcam, so I see you. The game has 6 rounds of 10 questions. Each round is 10 points and no half points unless otherwise noted. Teams may play along at home in a doc file on their computers. It's recommended you download and use the player answer sheet template that is found in the Google Drive link on Loons' Facebook page. If this is all brand new to you, yeah, definitely go on the Loons Facebook page, and both in the notes section as well as in my post today advertising the night, you can definitely find 2 different documents, both of which are very helpful. One is that player answer sheet template, and the other one helps you put in your final answers at the very end of the night. After 3 rounds, and again at the end of trivia, teams competing must email submit their answers and updated score when possible within 5 minutes to stevehobbs.entertainment@gmail.com. That's my official entertainment / trivia emails. So feel free to do that. You'll have to. After which answers will be revealed. Only teams that have done this both times when prompted will be eligible to win a prize at the end of the night, or in this case, the end of the month, which is that case of beer we're talking about. There's a 15-minute break in the middle for Zoom players to socialize. Mic's on. That's always fun. I've got you muted right now just to keep things moving along, but I do that from time to time. After 6 rounds, there is a final trivia round, which occurs where a team may obtain extra points on a single question, followed by a tiebreaker question, just in case, where it's closest, highest, or lower. Quizmaster's discretion for the tied tiebreakers. Once again, only coming up if you're tied for one of those top spots, and mainly just for the first place spot. But I announced the scores of the top 3 teams, as we do traditionally at Loons, and the first place team gets a real scrutinous eye from this guy to make sure everything adds up. Inevitably, somebody screws up math from time to time. We're drinking, we're having fun. We're not mathematicians necessarily. But please do be diligent with that. It'll save me time in the back end. And also just a reminder, the final trivia round is a wager question tonight, up to 10 points. I think I put that in the slide. I might have to double check on that. But yeah, it's up to 10 points, the wager. If you go over that, we'll just cap it at 10. Cool. And the final rules there, in case I left a couple out. There we go. After having already emailed answers twice and discovered your final score, you click on the Google Forms doc in that same Google Drive folder link from earlier, the 2 files I was talking about. Submit your final score, team name, and email. It's got all the fields very clearly there within 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes is the magic number. That's me also accounting for YouTube's 30 seconds delayed if you're playing on YouTube. And then after all that, the Quizmaster, that's me, sees all the results tallied real time in the document. I score check the winners, particularly the first place winner, and announce every team name, the night's winning team, and the scores of the top 3 teams. And the Quizmaster, that's me, Quizmaster Steve Hobbs, Stove, whatever you want to call me, has final say on all rule interpretations and disputes. I am your friend, but I'm the referee as well. So just remember, when it comes to trivia, we deal in facts. We got to, real chopped facts here. Real, what is this? Robot? Karate? I don't know. Whatever it is, it's me being serious that we're trying to get it right here. So yeah, if you have a question, a concern, feel free to message me in the chat. We do have the chat in Zoom if you're on YouTube. So sorry, there's not a lot I can do for you. But if you're in Zoom, feel free to bring something up in the chat. I won't catch it right away all the time, but it's one of the other ways to try and get through to me when I'm just kind of motor mouthing, doing my hosting thing. Cool. Let's move on. I'll check in with you guys in a sec. I see lots of fun people in the video chat here. Oh yeah. Hey, Delia's back. Hey, Delia. Fantastic musician. Hello, Ryan Fox. Lots of people. Kathy Tudor. T Mistra won last week. Blah, blah, blah. Lots of friends. Wicked 54. Oh, hey, guys. Good to see you. Okay, let's get to the next, the categories for the night. How about that? Here's our categories for this evening. General knowledge is number 1. Number 2, greatest hits albums. Only the best. Number 3, food fads, which might not be the best. It's why they're fads. They come in, they come out, they go all the place. Number 4, after the break, the audio round, spoken word intros. Name the song and the band / artist. Half a point for the song, half a point for the artist. And that'll be 10-second clips when we get there that hopefully you'll hear through your computer microphones just fine. Or my microphone, your speakers / ears. Round number 5 is nursery rhymes, and round number 6 is Tom Cruise movies. Man, that little guy loves to run. And we got 10 questions specifically for you about all that running. And final trivia will be a surprise when we get there, as is the tiebreaker. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how trivia goes. I'm going to stop sharing my screen just for a quick moment. Does anyone have any questions? I admitted some last minute people. Any other questions? You're unmuted briefly. Any questions? Anyone? Nope. Sounds like we're ready for trivia. Hey, trivia players, are you ready for trivia?
Yo, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Are you guys in now?
Yeah, boy, indeed.
Volume.
And cheers to all of you once again. We have Loons,
You're not muted.
All right, you're muted. Let's get down to it, guys. Trivia waits for no man. Sharing the screen once again. Cool. All right. Also, if you want to make a fun team name at some point, feel free to discuss with your teammates about that. If you're playing solo, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. You can still have a funny team name. Uh-oh. Jumped ahead. Oh, where's the general knowledge? Oh, a slide's missing. You know what? Well, you know that the next one's going to be general knowledge anyway. Here we go, guys. Good luck to you. Sorry, little technical glitch there. Round one, question the first. General knowledge. Here we go. Question one. What 80s TV series starring Mr. T and George Peppard once promoted itself with the tagline, Heroes for Hire? I repeat, number one, what 80s TV series starring Mr. T and George Peppard once promoted itself with the tagline, Heroes for Hire? Just a reminder, always go for full names whenever possible. There are exceptions out there like pop stars, ancient philosophers, that kind of thing, royal family members. But generally speaking, always go for full names. Specifics are your friend in this game 9 times out of 10. Don't ask me about that one other time. That's weird. It's like the other dentist out of the 4 out of 5. Nobody knows what's going on with that guy. And also, I repeat every question twice to be nice and everything like that. At the end of the round, I do a little fast scroll through repeat. Blah, blah, blah. Be specific. And don't worry if you misspell something as long as it phonetically makes sense. And if you mess up an or the, generally speaking, not a big deal. It's the nouns, the verbs. That's the stuff we really want. Cool. Final guesses for this one. Name that 80s TV show. Moving on. Question number 2. What popular cocktail containing vodka, Galliano, and OJ, orange juice, was invented in Los Angeles in the 1950s and named after surfer Tom Harvey? I repeat, number 2, what popular cocktail containing vodka, Galliano, and orange juice was invented in LA in the 50s and named after surfer Tom Harvey? Name that cocktail. This is a cocktail, not the deceptive mocktail, which is constantly threatening to pass itself off as a cocktail. No, this is a legitimate cocktail. Kind of like how like a cormorant, I think it's a cormorant, looks like a goose from a distance. Then you get up close and you're like, you're no goose. There's no Canadian cormorant on my money. Final guesses for this one. The cormorant's the mocktail of the bird family. Moving on, question 3. Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson both scored Oscar nominations for their lead performances in what 2019 Noah Baumbach film? I repeat, number 3, Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson both scored Oscar noms for their lead performances in what 2019 Noah Baumbach film? Name that movie from 2019. Humidity. Getting a little hot under the trivia collar over here. Who's got it? Who's a Baumbach fan? Final guesses for that movie. Moving on, question 4. Baking soda infused toothpaste is a popular product from what company whose logo is said to represent the Roman god of fire and metalworking? I repeat, number 4, baking soda infused toothpaste is a popular product from what company whose logo is said to represent the Roman god of fire and metalworking? Name that company. Who knows their logo trivia / their Roman gods of fire? Just about to start playing God of War, the newest one. Can't wait to find out what happens to that guy. That guy's got some issues. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, question 5. In 1987, Ben & Jerry's unveiled what iconic ice cream flavor inspired by the lead guitarist of the Grateful Dead? I repeat, number 5. In 1987, Ben & Jerry's unveiled what iconic ice cream flavor inspired by the lead guitarist of the Grateful Dead? Name that ice cream flavor. Credit to Ben & Jerry's. I feel like they've figured out like just the right size of tub where it's like a little more ice cream than I normally would want to eat. But like for that flavor, You can only really buy it in that size. Really cracked the code. If you want to ruin that springtime diet, go back to the old Ben and Jerry's. Good old B and J. Final guesses for this one. Nobody calls it B and J. I should probably stop that. Moving on, question number 6. Here we go. On July 13th, 1985, the Live Aid benefit concert was held simultaneously at venues in London and what U.S. city? I repeat, number 6. On July 13th, 1985, the Live Aid benefit concert was held simultaneously at venues in London and what American city? Name that city. Just make sure nobody's horribly left behind here. Oh, there are 3 people waiting. Oops. There you go. Sorry, people that were waiting. Danielle Jolly and that other one. Sorry if you were waiting in the waiting room. Didn't see you there. Just got you added. That's one of the things I got to kind of keep on my toes in case somebody gets bounced from the room, you know, a bad connection, or maybe just some kind of weird, you know, magical internet snafu. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Or maybe you're running late. Maybe you're running late. Final guesses. Moving on. Number 7. Here we go. Taking its name from the old French word for mound, quote unquote, what's the common name for a ditch of water that surrounds a castle? I repeat, number 7. Taking its name from the old French word for mound, what is the common name for a ditch of water that surrounds a castle? Name that common name for that water ditch. Surrounding a castle. You have to admit, when you think about the phrase water ditch, when trying to describe anything castle-oriented, it doesn't exactly have the same majesty. Language is important. The old ball and chain, the old water ditch. Yeah, it's weird. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, question number 8. Which layer of Earth's atmosphere is the second closest to the surface? I repeat, number 8. Which layer of Earth's atmosphere is the second closest to the surface? Name that layer of atmosphere. I'm liking the quantity of spring summer wear happening right now. Nick Lewis is just outside. That guy's got the right idea. That's good. I mean, for all you know, I could be outside. Don't be fooled by my illusion of the interior of the Loons pub. I'm not at Loons, except in here and in here. I'm pointing at my heart, if you can't see. Final guesses. Moving on, question 9. Along with Spain, what's the other major nation occupying the Iberian Peninsula? I repeat, number 9. Along with Spain, what's the other major nation occupying the Iberian Peninsula? Name it. What's that country? Second last one of the round, the penultimate question for this round. Take your shot. Final guesses. And finally, number 10, last one of the round. What Canadian-American educator invented the game of basketball in Springfield, Massachusetts in 1891? I repeat, number 10, what Canadian-American educator invented the game of basketball in Springfield, Massachusetts in 1891? And while you're scratching your head there, maybe flashing back to which part of the Jordan documentary might have referenced that one or talked about Space Jam. I just think about Space Jam all the time. In any case, scrolling back, here's your fastest repeat. This is more for people that didn't quite get in on time or like dropped out of the call briefly. 80s TV series starring Mr. T and George Peppard, Heroes for Hire, name that show. Number 2 was Name the Cocktail, named after Tom Harvey, not Steve Harvey. Number 3, Name that Noah Baumbach film that earned those nominations. Number 4, name the company with the logo. It's baking soda infused toothpaste. Roman God was involved there. Number 5, name the ice cream flavor Ben & Jerry's has connected to the Grateful Dead. Number 6, we're looking for the city, the American city, other than that wasn't London. So there's London and there's an American city, Live Aid benefit concert in 1985. Name the American city. Number 7, what do they call that water ditch surrounding a castle? Number 8, layer of Earth's atmosphere second closest to surface. Number 9, the other nation, not Spain, that's occupying the Iberian Peninsula. And number 10, Springfield, Massachusetts, basketball was invented by who? What Canadian American? And hopefully you did pretty well on those because, guys, good news, you are done with the first round, just like that. Well done, everybody. You're unmuted. You're unmuted. Good job.
Hey. Oh, we're unmuted. All right.
Yeah, just like that.
Let's stop talking about all the answers, huh?
Oh, Roxy, you look so cute.
Where's that dog again, Nick? Cat.
Talk about dogs, not answers. At this point in the trivia.
We're unmuted.
I can hear you on our phone call, but I
Cheers.
can't really hear anything on the Zoom.
Cheers, guys. Cheers, Brad. Cheers, everybody. All right, you're muted again. Talk about all the answers you want.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, did that work? Yeah, there we go. Muted. Cool. Switching back to more questions. Round 2, guys. I know that was such an enthralling general question, general knowledge kind of round. But we got 2 more rounds before we're taking a break here. Hopefully the heat isn't getting to you. All right, moving on. Round 2. Greatest hits albums Boogaloo. Cool, let's talk about it. 10 questions coming at you. Each one will be connected to these albums or album-oriented questions, specifically greatest hits albums. So if you're a fan of the mainstream or the popular or the bestseller, et cetera, this should be right up your alley. Here we go. Category 2, question the first. Papa Don't Preach and Material Girl were 2 of the many hits featured on the Immaculate Collection, the Immaculate Collection, a 1990 compilation from what pop icon? This could be an exception. Keep in mind, pop stars go with whatever their most common name is, whatever their pop name is. To repeat, number 1, Papa Don't Preach and Material Girl were 2 of the many hits featured on the Immaculate Collection, a 1990 compilation from what pop icon? Can't wait to get that first haircut back from kind of isolation life. I don't have bangs, but I think I'm like some sort of pseudo bangs thing where every now and then a single hair will be like, I want to be in your eyeball. And then I'm just kind of stuck like that for a while. I'm about to move on, just checking the chat really quick. Everything cool. Oh, hold on. LOL boo. All right, LOL boo. Is that me? Am I the boo like thumbs down? Oh. I thought it was boo like, hey boo, like a little friendly term of endearment. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, question 2. Hot Rock's 1964 to 1971 was a greatest hits album released in 1971 by what English rock band? I repeat, number 2, Hot Rock's 1964 to 71 was a greatest hits album released in 1971 by what English rock band? Name that British band. Who knows their Hot Rocks? Yeah. Rock is a genre of music. Pop is a genre of music. Pop rocks is a weird candy. Something to think about. Final guesses for this one. I haven't had pop rocks in a long time. Moving on, question 3. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers had a top 20 hit in 93 with what song that first appeared on their best-selling greatest hits album? I repeat, number 3, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers had a top 20 hit in 1993 with what song that first appeared on their best-selling greatest hits album? Name that song. Who is familiar? Have You Had Your Heart Broken by Tom Petty? I once asked my father for a Green Day album for a birthday gift when I was a teenager, and he very proudly gave me a Tom Petty album instead. And it was one of those moments where I was like, I didn't really know Tom Petty back then. It's just like a nice, awkward, like, thanks. I ended up really enjoying it, but yeah, getting a gift that someone's like, you might want something, but I know what you need is always kind of a weird moment. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, question 4. Released in 2006, Hey Ho, Let's Go, Greatest Hits was a compilation of the most popular songs from what iconic New York City punk band? I repeat, number 4. Released in 2006, Hey Ho, Let's Go, Greatest Hits was a compilation of the most popular songs from what iconic New York City punk band? Name that band. I mean, if you didn't know the context, it sounds like it would make for like just a cool country music square dance of some kind. Hey ho, let's go. Stepping around, locking arms, do-si doing. Different though, different kind of hey ho. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, question 5. Released on November 13th, 2000, what compilation album featured all 27 hits by the Beatles that reached number 1 on either the US or UK pop charts? I repeat, number 5. Released on November 13th, 2000, what compilation album featured all 27 hits by the Beatles that reached number 1 on either the US or UK pop charts? Name that compilation album. What did they call it? Still haven't seen Yesterday. I don't know why. It's one of those things like I should have seen it. It's got everything I like. I like the Beatles and I like parallel universes where things kind of work out kind of different in my science fiction. But yeah, I don't know. One of these days. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, number 6. What 1984 greatest hits collection by Bob Marley and the Wailers is the best-selling reggae album of all time? I repeat, number 6. What 1984 greatest hits collection by Bob Marley and the Wailers is the best-selling reggae album of all time? Name that album. Name the reggae album. What could it be? What's the answer? What could it be now? Final guesses for this one. Moving on, number 7, featuring such songs as Proud Mary and Bad Moon Rising, Chronicle Volume number 1 was a best-selling greatest hits album from what band? Also, I'm going to make a note that we need the full name of this band. Yeah, nothing abbreviated. To repeat, number 7, featuring such songs as Proud Mary and Bad Moon Rising, Chronicle Volume number 1 was a best-selling greatest hits album from what band? Name the band. Full name, full name. Who knows this one? I know we've got at least one trivia player from time to time named Mary. But do you know you're proud, Mary? Not to say that any Marys playing trivia aren't proud. Just saying it helps. You know, it's a song context thing. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, number 8. What band's hits from the years 1962 through 1965 were gathered on the 1974 compilation Endless Summer? I repeat, number 8. What band's hits from the years 62 through 65 were gathered on the 1974 compilation Endless Summer? Name that band. Final guesses for this one. Name that band with all those hits. Moving on, number 9, featuring material recorded with lead singers David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar. The Best of Both Worlds was a 2004 greatest hits collection by what band? I repeat, number 9, featuring material recorded with lead singers David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar. The Best of Both Worlds was a 2004 greatest hits collection by what band? Name the band. David Lee Roth likes the menorah. Something, something, something. Adam Sandler. Final guesses for this one. And finally, number 10, last one of the round. What singer titled her 1999 greatest hits collection, If I Could Turn Back Time? I repeat, number 10, what singer titled her 1999 greatest hits collection, If I Could Turn Back Time? Name that singer. What's their most common popular musician's name? And while you're working on that one, trying to math out all the singers out there, your recap, the fastest recap that I've got for you. Name the pop icon, Papa Don't Preach, Material Girl. Number 2, name the English rock band, Hot Rocks. Number 3, Tom Petty, Heartbreakers. Name that greatest hits album from 93. Number 4, name the New York City punk band with your Hey Ho Let's Go greatest hits compilation. Number 5, name the name the compilation album that's got all 27 hits by the Beatles from 2000. Number 6, what's that Bob Marley and the Wailers hits collection? What's that reggae album? Number 1 bestseller of all time. Number 7, name the band. Bad Moon Rising, Proud Mary, etc. Number 8, name the band that had all their hits gathered on Endless Summer, a 74 compilation. Number 9, name the band that had David Lee Roth as a lead singer and Sammy Hagar. And number 10, once again, If I Could Turn Back Time, name the singer where that was their collection. That was her collection. And with that, once again, good news, guys, you are done this round. Boom, just like that. You're done. And you're unmuted. Well done. Cheers.
Oh my goodness.
You have to. He's gonna go through the answers, and you have to like tally up what the score is and put it at the top of the document, and then email it.
This is me dancing for your success. How great you guys are doing, I assume. Ashley, thank you for acknowledging my dance. Oh, yeah.
Oh, is that it?
Everyone loves finger
That's
pointing.
the
It's
Hobbs.
timeless.
Oh,
It's like the high five. You can't go
right.
wrong with finger point dancing and a high five. Right, you're muted one more time. We got 10 more questions coming at you guys. Boom, muted. Possibly for the last time here before the half, for the most part. Cool, let's share that screen once again. Final 10 questions coming at you right now. Ski food fads. I know sometimes when it's real hot, like it strangely got today, You don't really feel like eating that much. I actually had a very thick pizza in like the peak heat coming down from the day. That might not be your choice. In fact, you might say that's more of a fad than an everyday thing in my case. Let's find out what your food fads are. What do you know about the world's food fads? 10 questions, then some answers. Here we go. Category 3, question number 1. Invented by New York City pastry chef Dominique Ancel, what hybrid of a croissant and a donut was one of America's top food fads of the early 2010s? I repeat, number 1, invented by New York City pastry chef Dominique Ancel, what hybrid of a croissant and a donut was one of America's top food fads of the early 2010s? If you didn't know that I always think of it as 20-teens, but it's more accurate to say 2010s, technically-ish. Anyway, what do they call that? Hybrid, croissant, donut. What's happening there? Some kind of freak of nature coming out of New York. Been living next to a Krispy Kreme for a while. I'm trying to think if I've had this. I'm sure I've had it. Have I had it? I don't know. Have you had it? Do you know what it is? Final guesses for this one. Moving on, question 2. What melted cheese dish served in a communal pot alongside pieces of bread on long forks was a staple of dinner parties in the 60s and 70s? Name it. I repeat, number 2. What melted cheese dish served in a communal pot alongside pieces of bread on long forks was a staple of dinner parties in the 60s and 70s? Name that melted cheese dish. Just coming down from my spring allergies. A little stuffy over here. Who's got it? Who knows their food fads? If you're still doing this one regularly, you might be a time traveler, or you might really like melted cheese more than the average person. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, question 3. The pineapple upside down cake became a national dessert trend in the 20s after what company sponsored a recipe contest in 1925? I repeat, the pineapple upside down cake became a national dessert trend. Note, if they're saying national, they mean American national, generally speaking. We work with a company. In the 20s, after what company sponsored a recipe contest in 1925? Name that company. Who's got it? Final guesses for this one. I just like the phrase upside down cake, because it's really hard to picture until you're like looking at it and or eating it. Moving on, question 4. What slow cooker from Sunbeam Products Incorporated revolutionized home cooking in the 70s as more women entered the American workforce? I repeat, number 4. What slow cooker from Sunbeam Products Incorporated revolutionized home cooking in the 70s as more women entered the American workforce? Name that slow cooker. What do they call that? Specific to Sunbeam. Who is familiar? Who's been slow cooking since the 70s out there? Or just maybe you're like a slow cooker historian? Like maybe you've got really old things that need slowly cooking. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, number 5, taking part of its name from the Italian word for springtime. What American dish consisting of pasta and fresh vegetables was a top food fad of the 70s? I repeat, number 5, taking part of its name from the Italian word for springtime, quote unquote. What American dish consisting of pasta and fresh vegetables was a top food fad of the 70s? Name that American dish. you say pasta or pasta? Curious where you guys fall on that one. I grew up with pasta, but then I watched a lot of American TV. So now sometimes when I'm in the mood, when it strikes me, I say pasta. I don't know though. It's like the old groceries versus groceries. So it depends where you grew up. Or pillows versus Palo. I had family that said Palo. Sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to go to bed. Shop at Bed Bath & Beyond. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, number 6. What artificially flavored drink mix became popular in the U.S. after astronaut John Glenn took it with him on a 1962 space flight? I repeat, number 6. What artificially flavored drink mix became popular in the United States after astronaut John Glenn took it with him on a 1962 space flight? Name that drink mix. What's that food fad? It's a terrifying prospect, you know, trying to mix a beverage in space. It's like they always say in the horror movies, no one can hear you drink mix in space. So it's haunting. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, number 7, a peeled banana was inserted into a stack of pineapple rings and then topped with what fruit to make the 1920s dish known as a quote-unquote candle salad? Gross. To repeat, number 7, a peeled banana was inserted into a stack of pineapple rings and then topped with what fruit to make the 1920s dish known as a candle salad? Quote unquote. Candle salad. Name the fruit that they used for topping it. I don't ever want to order a candle salad off the menu. Oliver, if you're watching right now, scratch off the candle salad prospect. I'm not buying. I've officially poo-pooed candle salad. Final guesses for this one. It's just bad marketing. Moving on, number 8, also known as California dip, quote unquote. French onion dip was originally developed in the 60s by blending dehydrated onion soup mix with what dairy product? I repeat, number 8, also known as California dip, French onion dip was originally developed in the 60s by blending dehydrated onion soup mix with what dairy product? Name that dairy product. Have you had the California dip? Is that, who's having dairy out there right now? Anyone having some dairy? Checking the Zoom video here. Milk was a bad choice. It usually is. On a day like today, it definitely is. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, number 9, a recent food fad saw cappuccinos, lattes, and other coffee drinks get topped with an edible version of what small reflective particles? I repeat, number 9, a recent food fad saw cappuccinos, lattes, and other coffee drinks get topped with an edible version of what small reflective particles? Name those particles. I'm not even surprised when I think about this. Final guesses for this one. This is the penultimate question of the front half, if you're not familiar. Second last one of those first 30 cues. And finally, number 10, what well-known gelatin mix brand was used in the 1960s for a variety of salads containing fruit and other ingredients? I repeat, number 10, what well-known gelatin mix brand was used in the 60s for a variety of salads containing fruit and other ingredients? Name that gelatin mix brand. And while you're working on that one, your final little repeat recap here. Anyone that was stuck? Number 1, croissant mixed with a donut. If that's those are the parental pastries, what's the product? What's the child called? Terrible way to phrase that. Moving on, number 2 to repeat. Once again, food fads, we're looking for the melted cheese dish from the 60s and 70s. Number 3, what do they call it? Number 3, pineapple upside down cake. What's the company that sponsored a recipe contest to make that happen? Number 4, name that specific slow cooker from Sunbeam that revolutionized things in the 70s. Number 5, what's the American dish with pasta and fresh vegetables in it? Food fad of the 70s, what's that called? Number 6, what did John Glenn drink in space in 1962? Artificially flavored drink mix. Number 7, candle salad. What's the fruit that topped it? Number 8, California dip. What's the dairy product that's mixed with the dehydrated onion soup in the 60s? Number 9, what are those small reflective particles that they're working edibly into coffee drinks? And number 10, what is the well-known gelatin mix brand used in the 60s for the salads containing fruit and other ingredients, which is also kind of weird, but hey, it was the 60s. And either way, it's the 2020s right now, and which means it's time for you to be done with the first half. Guys, you did it. You're done the first half. You're unmuted. Great job, everybody. Well done. Woo!
Hooray!
Yeah, hooray indeed. Mew, laser. Pew, pew. Cool. So, great job, guys. Hopefully that went well for you. But before I give you answers, those of you that have done this before know the deal. Let me mute you again for just a second. The deal is now you got to email what you've got. We got to see how you're actually doing here. So it's going to be 5 minutes starting from right now to email those first half answers, preferably using that template that I showed you. That's in the Facebook page group and everything like that. But stevehobbs.entertainment@gmail.com. That is the email you're sending it to. Once again, stevehobbs.entertainment@gmail.com. Email the first 3 rounds answers to that. Again, I'm not going to be checking everyone's all the time with that stuff. But what happens is if you're up for one of the top spots, I will be taking a hard look. If you haven't gotten your first half answers or your second half on time, if there's some kind of discrepancy there, I'll probably have to, if not disqualify you, at least bump you down if you're tied with somebody else, kind of thing. So get that in. It's 8:57 right now. You have until 9:02. That's 9 goose egg dose. That's 2. 9:02 to get those answers in. On YouTube, you'll be 30 seconds behind. So do your best. Cool beans. I'm gonna unmute you guys again. Careful about talking about answers, and good luck to you. Clock's ticking. 9:02. Hurry up. Go. Oh, you're not unmuted yet, but you will be. I promise. There you go. You're unmuted, just like that.
That's too fast.
Hello, everybody. I'm coming at you live from my porch. Yeah.
Is everyone unmuted?
I'm not muted.
Oh, you can meet down too.
Oh, no.
The guy who's that you're not interested in?
He's a guy that I know from improv. And
Listen to Hidden Brain.
what's the theme of this podcast?
Yeah, no thanks. Get together. What's it called? I Don't Deserve a Podcast? You know what? Unlocking Bryson's brain is really good. Unlocking yeah. Oh wow. What is how much so this guy's is about having imposter syndrome as like while working in the creative field.
I'm good. Honestly, I don't need to find it.
I think it's like the term is more usefully used now though. Like it's basically just used for anybody who doesn't feel like comfortable in the role they're in. Oh shit. That's like what's it called? Do you think it's legit? There was a lady on the mom group who was like asking people for all this money, and then it turned out she was reselling stuff. Yeah.
1 minute left, guys. 1 minute to get those answers in. stevehobbs.entertainment@gmail.com. Hurry it up. 1 minute.
Yeah, I sorry for bailing the last couple of weeks. I just felt like I couldn't have another. I just like Mondays were just so crazy at work that I just but yeah, it's nice to do. Well, I have ordered a lot of alcohol. But yeah, no, it's good to do this and just like do something kind of fun and different. Well, who's hungry? I'm just gonna put you on mute for a sec.
5 seconds left.
No, Eric and I just saw something on Facebook when you
And 3,
nothing bad, just
2,
like a blast in the
1.
and it's like somebody.
You muted. Guys, hopefully that was enough time. Just checking. Yeah, I see which teams got in their last emails. If you haven't sent yours yet, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry about that. Hold on. Cool. That's it. Looks like we are good to go here. The last one got in just under the wire. Puzzles you, cutting it close. All right, let's get to it. Or it might have just been like a slow, delayed thing. If it's like your connection or something, I take back my finger wag appropriately. Cool. Let's share those answers, shall we? Cool. Here's how you did in the first half. There we go. Starting with round 1, these are your answers for the first round. Remember, this was general knowledge. Here they are. The answers were Number 1, the A-Team. 2 was Harvey Wallbanger. Weird cocktail name, I know. 3, Marriage Story. 4, Arm & Hammer. 5, Cherry Garcia. 6, Philadelphia. 7, that's a moat. It's not a river ditch or whatever they said. It's a moat. 8, The Stratosphere was second from the bottom. 9 is Portugal. And 10, James Naismith. If you don't know that name, learn it. Canadian icon in his own right. Yep, those are your answers. Total that up for your first round there. 1 through 10. How much did you get out of 10? Hopefully you did pretty well. Cherry Garcia, Ben & Jerry's classic. Still not better than Half Baked, though. Moving on. Round 2. Here are your answers. Once again, that would have been greatest hits albums. Here we go. Number 1 was Madonna. 2 was the Rolling Stones. 3 was Mary Jane's Last Dance. 4, the Ramones, of course. 5, Just One. If they put 1 apostrophe S, I'd still give it to them, as long as it's 1 is clear. 6, Legend. 7, this one I was a stickler. You can't put CCR. Creedence Clearwater Revival. It should be all 3 of those. If you just put CCR, that's an X. I'm sorry. Number 8, the Beach Boys. 9, Van Halen. And 10, Cher. Total that out of 10. Give me a moment there. Check, check, check. Dash, dash, dash. Cool. And here are your answers for round 3, your final of the first half. They were, number 1, Cronuts was that one, the hybrid donut one. Number 2, Fondue. Or fondant, it's up to you. Number 3, Dole. 5, Crock-Pot. Sorry, that was 4 was Crock-Pot. 3 was Dole. 5, Pasta Primavera. Number 6, Tang was drank in space, apparently. I forgot about that. 7, Cherry. 8, Sour Cream. 9, Glitter, edibly being put on coffee stuff. And 10, they did ask for brand, Jell-O. That's the brand. Total that out of 10. Total the first half out of 30. And feel good, guys. Whether you did well in the first half or not, I'm sure you did well. I know what our scores are like. Everyone's killing it. Feel good. And I'm about to unmute you. But before I do, as you put those final checks and dashes and balances or whatever, remember, the break is, let's see, it's 9:06 right now. We will be completely started up back here by 9:20. So don't be late for that. 9:20 on the button. I'm going to be coming back for that one. 10 to 15 minute break time. Zoom. Or Zoomers, that's what I'm calling you guys, kind of like boomers, but not, because you can be any age. Anyone can play trivia. Zoomers, talk amongst yourselves. YouTubers, if you're playing along via YouTube, feel free to enjoy the show. And just remember on Zoom, whatever you share and put out there, it is being rebroadcast on YouTube 30 seconds later. So just keep in mind that technically anyone could be watching that. So use a grain of salt, of moderation, if you will, when you're sharing in the Zoom broadcast, even when you're on break, if your mic's on. Yeah, you be moderate so that I don't have to moderate. That's the way I like to think of it. Cool, guys. See you guys at 9:20. Great job, everybody. You are unmuted. Are you unmuted? No, you're not. I lied. Hold on. You're about to be unmuted. There you go. You're unmuted. You're on break. Cheers, guys. See you guys at 9:20.
Hey, everybody.
Great.
Yeah,
Hey, really good.
Wait, am I the only one who's unmuted?
You're not the only one.
I think other people just don't want to talk.
Yeah.
Oh.
Different people have different tactics when they're on break, I think.
Uh-huh.
I'm going back to the classic. Summertime.
Wait, I heard you though.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna just go because when I was before this I made a
Ungo Jerry.
so I'm gonna
Timeless.
go file. It's just sitting in my living room.
Steve, can you unmute Delia so she can serenade us?
Oh, yeah. Delia, you can unmute. Why are you? You can unmute yourself.
There you go, guys.
There you go.
I'll turn it down. There you go.
Thank you. I don't know.
There you go.
Does it work?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, perfect.
Can you sing Free Fall?
Hmm.
In honor of all of the hot weather, I've prepared a very beachy song. Wait, let me open some things up. Oh. Does everybody have AC, by the way? Because this has been a struggle. Oh my god.
Oh shoot, I'm muted.
Wait. All right. Oh god, my microphone keeps falling over. I'm so sorry.
Your
no.
background is very cute. It's very appropriate.
I'm on the beach, like just living my best life. I'm definitely not in Toronto, Canada.
She's definitely in Ibiza right now.
Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema is walking, and when she passes each one, she passes those. When she walks, she's like the summer that swings, so cool and swaying so gently, and when she passes each one, she passes goes. Ooh, but I watch her so sadly. How can I tell her I love her? Yes, I would give my heart gladly. But each day when she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at me. Linda cheia de graça, ela menina que vem me que passa, no se balanço a caminho do mar. Moça do corpo dourado, do sol de Ipanema, o céu balançado é mais que um poema, coisa mais linda que eu já vi passar. Porque estou teu sozinho. Porque tudo é tão triste. A beleza que existe. A beleza que não é só minha, que também passa sozinha. Oh, and tan and young, a lovely little girl from Ipanema is walking, and when she passes, I smile, but she doesn't see. Still doesn't see. Still doesn't see. Hope everybody gets to cool down because it's hot as fuck. I know we all wish we were in Brazil and Ipanema. So, who else has got a story to tell? Nope, just leaving me hanging. Got it. That's cool. All right, that's fine.
One more minute, guys. One more minute till we're back with the audio round. One more minute. Welcome back, guys. Little shimmy. We'll come back to trivia shimmy. Welcome back, guys. I hope we had a good break and we're enjoying the trivia vibe. How was your break? You guys doing pretty well? Actually, let me phrase it like this. If you are feeling pretty strongly about your score, you're feeling confident, if that's you, let me hear you say, oh, yeah, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got 4 Kool-Aid Man and 1 Macho Man Randy sandwich. Macho Man Randy sandwich. That is not his name. He should have been called Macho Man Randy Sandwich. That's a good name.
Say Macho Man Randy's sandwich. I love it.
Dear improv community.
Just
If you're frustrated with your score right now, let me hear you say, "Come on, Steve!" On 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh,
Bullshit.
oh, there it is. It's like nobody's frustrated. Oh wow, what a nice treat. Cool. I'm going to mute you again. All you lovable humans, you're muted. Zoomsters. And if you're on YouTube, welcome back. You're probably just tuning in right now. Cool. Let's get back to it. Audio trivia. This should be a fun one. Let me get the screen up here for you. Where did I? Oh, there it is. Oops. Hold on one sec. You know what? I totally forgot. Oh, ow. I just stubbed my leg. Totally forgot. I like to, before we get into the audio trivia, I like to give a little shout out specifically to, as usual, to everyone that's doing so much amazing work on the front lines in the various communities, our frontline workers, our emergency staff, people that are working our grocery stores, putting up with a lot of abuse from time to time, really putting in the effort that probably don't want to be in those environments, but do it anyway, not only to make money, but because it's the right thing to do. Guys, a big cheers on behalf of Bose and Loons and everyone. Cheers to them. Cheers. You're unmuted. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Those guys.
Yeah, boy.
And that's you. If you're working the front lines somewhere, if you're in a retirement home, if you're making someone's life better right now, good for you. And hats off to you, my friend. All right.
Scott, you're not muted.
You're muted again. You're muted. You're muted. I promise. There you go. Moving along. Let's share that screen. We got some audio trivia coming to you. And that audio trivia in this case is spoken word intros. Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot. Sorry. You know what? For this, it is spoken word intros. It's name the song and the artist, songs that have spoken word in the intro. I just realized, though. Ooh, hold on. I did this backwards. And stopping the share for a brief second. Oh, where is it? Sorry about guys. I just need to get the audio going for you. That's what I need. Uh-oh. Just a second. There we go. All right, that was weird. Something happened there. Okay, that's what we want. Now I've got your audio trivia ready for you. Sorry, I had a little screen mishap there. You're just, if you're, I probably should have timed that better. Then you could have been having the cheers during that time. All right, you're still muted. Sharing the screen once again. There we go. Sorry, I forgot to open that one up in advance. Cool, cool, cool. So once again, spoken word intros. Name the song and the artist. Do your best, be specific. If you miss the words that are important in the title, like if you mess up an or a the, no big deal. If you mix those up, but if you mess up one of those important words, if you drop an entire word, generally speaking, if it's a noun or a verb or an adjective or whatever, that's going to be an X for that half point. So be accurate, do your best, don't cheat, obviously. Here we go, guys. Spoken word intros, and I'll have the volume turned up nice and loud for you. I'll make sure you can all hear it first, though. Here we go. Spoken word intros. Name that song, name that artist. Question number 1 in round 4 on your sheet. Good luck. Number 1.
I mean, her butt, it's just so big. I can't believe it's just so round. It's like out there. I mean.
Can everyone hear that one? That one's a little quiet. Was that a little quiet for you? Thumbs up, thumbs down, or halfway? Can you guys hear that one okay? Okay, sounds like we could hear it. Ooh, I like watching, I can tell what time of night it is by watching Nick Lewis's screen. All right, let's hear it again. Number 1. Hopefully the future ones will be a little bit louder. Here we go, number 1, second time through.
I mean, her butt, it's just so big. I can't believe it's just so round. It's like out there. I mean.
All right, that's number 1. Keep in mind at the very end, you'll hear each clip twice, 10-second clips. And at the end, there'll be a fun little medley repeat of it all. Here we go, moving on. Number 2, name the artist, name the song titles, spoken word intros. Here we go.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life.
Let's hear it again. Number 2, second time through.
Dearly beloved, We are gathered here today to get through this thing called life.
Is that one familiar for you? Moving on, question 3. Here we go, number 3.
There's a man going round taking names, and he decides who to free and who to blame.
It's a familiar voice in that one. Let's hear it again, number 3.
There's a man going round taking names, and he decides who to free and who to blame.
Moving it along, number 4. Here we go. Artist and title, spoken word intros. Number 4.
You offer your throat to the wolf with the red roses. Yes. I bet you say that to all the boys.
Hopefully you guys all heard that one okay. I know it was very quiet, just the speaking until that little fanfare came in. Let's hear it again. Number 4. Second time through. Here we go.
You offer your throat to the wolf with the red roses. Yes. I bet you say that to all the boys.
Moving on, number 5.
I know when to go out, know when to stay in, get things done.
So good. Let's hear it again. Number 5.
I know when to go out, know when to stay in, get things done.
5 to go. Number 6. Artist and title, spoken word intros. Here we go. 6.
You know, sometimes I don't know why, but this old town just seems so hopeless. I ain't really sure, but it seems I remember the good times with just a little bit more.
Let's hear it again. Number 6. Second time through.
You know, sometimes I don't know why, but this old town just seems so hopeless. I ain't really sure, but it seems I remember the good times with just a little bit more.
4 to go, guys. Then that little medley at the end. Number 7. Here we go. Name the artist and title.
You know, you drive me up a wall, the way you make good all the nasty tricks you pull. Seems like we're making up more than we're making love. And it always seems you got something on your mind other than me.
Second time through. Number 7. Once again.
I mean, her butt.
Oh, what happened there? Hold on. Malfunction. Does not compute. Let's hear it again. Number 7.
The tricks you pull. Seems like we're making up more than we're making love. And it always seems you got something on your mind other than me.
Oh, and then comes the second time through. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'll jump ahead to that. All right, moving on. Number 8. Here we go.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Second time through. Number 8.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Moving on. Number 9.
And man, this world would be a guesser. That's why old Pops keeps saying.
And finally, oh, was that the first time through number 9? I think we got one more time through number 9 here. Second time through number 9.
And man, this world would be a guesser. That's why old Pops keeps saying.
All right, and finally, track 10. Here we go.
You better sit down and look around, cause you must have bumped your head. And I love you enough to talk some sense back into you, baby. I hate to see you come home, leave the kids and the dog is gone.
Second time through, number 10.
You better sit down and look around, cause you must have bumped your head. And I love you enough to talk some sense back into you, baby. I hate to see you come home, leave the kids and the dog is gone.
And finally, here's your little repeat medley. If you were like, ooh, almost on one or two, last chance for this dance. Here we go. Last time through, number 1, spoken word titles, artist, and song.
I mean, her butt, it's just so big. I can't believe it's just so round. It's like out there. I mean,
I know. Number 2.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life.
Yeah, number 3.
There's a man going round taking names, and he decides who to free and who to blame.
Number 4.
You offer your throat to the wolf with the red roses. Yes. I bet you say that to all the boys.
Number 5.
I know when to go out. I know when to stay in. Get things done.
Number 6.
You know, sometimes I don't know why, but this old town just seems so hopeless. I ain't really sure, but it seems I remember the good times with just a little bit more.
Number 7.
You know you drive me up a wall, the way you make good for all the nasty tricks you pull. Seems like we're making up more than we're making love. And it always seems you got something on your mind other than me.
Number 8.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Number 9.
And then this world would be a guesser. That's why old Pops keeps saying.
And finally, track 10.
You better sit down and look around, cause you must have bumped your head. And I love you enough to talk some sense back into you, baby. I hate to see you come home, leave the kids and the dog is gone.
And with that, we are done the audio trivia, guys. Boom. Good job, everybody. You're done. Feel good. Yeah, you're unmuted. Well done.
Okay.
I don't.
Oh, we're not on mute. Oh my God, this stuff.
What were you saying about the Epstein thing, Elisa? That was the opening song. Yeah.
Hopefully that one wasn't too taxing for anyone.
Yeah, Jim's
Just give me a moment, just getting our PowerPoint slides back up here. Because we got 2 more rounds of regular trivia.
Okay. Hey, you're solid on Brett, the song title? Totally. Yep. Scott, you're mute yourself.
What round are we on? How many are there? 8?
We're about to be on round 5.
6. Okay. Oh, and then we have to wager, right?
Yeah, and then we got a single question wager there at the end.
I don't know how I managed to forget how this goes every week. Yeah. Like every week, I'm like, wait, what's Zoom again?
Sorry, hold on one second, guys. I'm just checking on something. There's something wrong happening with my PowerPoint file. Just 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Hit mute. Mute yourself.
What? Unmute yourself now.
Weird. Baby's off.
Don't do me like that. Is everyone Googling their answer? Me too.
All right, guys, sorry about that. I think I fixed it. I think I just accidentally saved it something weird. Blah, blah, blah. We're back to it. Here we go. Round 5. Starting right now.
I know this one, guys. Yeah, and it's a little one.
Nursery rhymes, also kind of musical, but a bit of a different beast.
Just don't make me say the artist.
Oh, I forgot. I gotta mute you guys. Hold on. Beep, bop, boo. Cool. You're muted once again, so that you don't give away your answers in trying to talk to your friends. That'd be kind of awkward. Cool. Round 5, nursery rhymes. Let's see who knows what. We might get a quick glimpse into the minds of people that do versus don't have children right now. I don't know. How you doing out there, Nick? I see you're by a campfire light. Things are getting darker. Seems like he's still doing okay. Oh, they're doing well. All right. I love it. I love that we got an outdoor team. Some cats. There's a cat in the shot. That's great. Okay. Anyway, getting back to trivia. Here we go. Nursery rhymes. Good luck to you. Category 5. Question number 1. In the nursery rhyme Hickory Dickory Dock, what animal, quote unquote, ran up the clock? I repeat, number 1. I like saying that like this is the most important 60 minutes question of all time. In the nursery rhyme Hickory Dickory Dock, what animal ran up the clock? Quote unquote. Name the animal. Don't mess this up. Your children will never respect you. I'd imagine. Final guesses for this one. Or if you're a teacher, your students, I don't know. Moving on. Number 2, the Pulitzer Prize winning novel, All the King's Men, took its title from what well-known nursery rhyme? I repeat, question 2, the Pulitzer Prize winning novel, All the King's Men, took its title from from what well-known nursery rhyme? Name the nursery rhyme. Final guesses for this one. It's a big deal. Pulitzers. We're talking about Pulitzers here. Moving on. Number 3. In the nursery rhyme, 3 blind mice, who cuts off the tails of the mice with a carving knife? I repeat, number 3 in the nursery rhyme, 3 blind mice, who cuts off the tails of the mice with a carving knife? That's awful. Don't. The poor, hard life of these mice. Oh. There you go, Lucas Barrett. I saw somebody got bounced. Lucas, welcome back. Final guesses for this monster that cut off the tail of the mice with a carving knife in the nursery rhyme, 3 blind mice. No Googling. Number 4. Number 4, what object does Jack jump over in the nursery rhyme, Jack Be Nimble? I repeat, number 4, what object does Jack jump over in the nursery rhyme, Jack Be Nimble? Name that object. I feel like this round is designed to expose who had a painful childhood. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, number 5. Which nursery rhyme character, quote, met a pie man going to the fair, end quote? To repeat, number 5, which nursery rhyme character met a pie man going to the fair? Name that character. Who met that pie man? You know, I go to the fair every year, generally speaking, hoping to have one of these kinds of incidences. I've never just met a pie man. They're not just like hovering around pie folk waiting to make their sneaky parking lot pie sales. They're not just everywhere. It's false advertising. Final guesses for this one. It's pie people. Number 6, what dairy product, more commonly known as cottage cheese, does Little Miss Muffet eat in her famous nursery rhyme? I repeat, number 6, what dairy product, more commonly known as cottage cheese, does Little Miss Muffet eat in her famous nursery rhyme? Name that dairy product. Big dairy product night tonight. This was brought to you by Bose and the dairy industry, I guess. What's that dairy product? What do they call it in the nursery rhyme? Final guesses. Moving on, number 7. In 1877, what nursery rhyme became the first instance of recorded verse in world history when Thomas Edison made a tinfoil recording on his new phonograph? I repeat, number 7. In 1877, what nursery rhyme became the first instance of recorded verse in world history when Thomas Edison made a tinfoil recording on his new phonograph? Name that nursery rhyme that made history. Three to go here, guys. Which nursery rhyme made the cut? Final guesses for this one. Moving on, number 8. In the common modern version of This Little Piggy, what does the third little piggy eat? I repeat, number 8. In the common modern version of This Little Piggy, what does the third little piggy eat? Name that thing that gets eaten. I never really thought about it. It is kind of strange what the actual answer actually. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, number 9. In the nursery rhyme, Little Jack Horner, what fruit does Jack Horner pull out of the Christmas pie? I repeat, number 9. In the nursery rhyme, Little Jack Horner, what fruit does Jack Horner pull out of the Christmas pie? Name the fruit. Anytime I think about things with like old-timey nursery pies, I have flashbacks to that Game of Thrones episode, the one where Joffrey dies, spoiler alert, where like, you know, when he cuts in with the sword and then you just see the mess of birds. Oh, the birds. Really ruined random oversized meat pies for me. Final guesses for this one. And finally, number 10, last one of the round. What TV detective, played by Peter Falk, was often heard whistling This Old Man while he was closing in on a suspect? I repeat, number 10, what TV detective, played by Peter Falk, was often heard whistling This Old Man while he was closing in on a suspect? And I will say, because the company, I guess we could be rude about it, but because the company, the trivia company we works with, is willing to accept a single name, like a most common name answer on this one. I too, we don't need a full name, just the most commonly known name. I'll make an exception. It's a literary character. It's a little bit different, or a TV character. I'll be nice. Just the most common name's fine. And once again, for anyone that needs a repeat, here's your little medley, like the audio one, but not. Hickory Dickory Dock. What's the animal that ran up the clock? Number 2. What's the well-known nursery rhyme that caused indirectly All the King's Men to happen as a novel? Number 3. Who cuts off the 3 blind mice tails with a carving knife? Ugh. 4. What object does Jack jump over? Jack be nimble. 5. Pie Man going to the fair. What nursery rhyme character did that? Met that Pie Man. Number 6. I'm jealous. What's the dairy product known as commonly as cottage cheese? The Little Miss Muffet eats. Number 7. What did Thomas Edison record in his phonograph? What nursery rhyme? 8. What does the 3rd little piggy eat in 3 little piggy? Sorry, in This Little Piggy. Number 9. Christmas pie. What fruits does Jack Horner pull out? And 10. Name the TV detective Peter Falk whistles This Old Man all the time as that character. And that is the end of round 5, guys. Well done, everybody. You are unmuted again. Unmuted. Well done.
Yay.
Let's keep going.
Ooh, yeah, let's keep going.
everybody.
I like that attitude.
Let's get the party started.
Let's get it. You know, we're this close. Let's get
Party
that
started
last
at
10.
8:15.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Nick Lewis's cat is ready to go. This is great.
Oh,
This is,
In the fire.
yeah,
Like,
Oh.
not literally in
cat
a
around the fire.
place where they have a fire.
Always good. After a bunch of nursery rhymes about stuff happening to animals, cats around the fire always make me a little nervous.
My kitties.
But it sounds like you guys are having a great time. Oh, there's other
So
cats.
that's one kitty, and then the other kitty's on the other side.
All right, muted once again. Ooh, look at those cat shots. Yeah, now seems to be the time to share your cats, guys. You got a cat. This great cat moment.
Show Kitty, everybody.
Oh, I love orange kitty.
Where's Orange Kitty?
All right, you're muted. You're muted. Okay, and the last 10 questions. Let's get to it. Let's get these cats served some dinner. Let's put the cream in the bowl. Oh, the cats don't actually like cream, do they? They're more tuna. Yes, cream is like a misnomer. I read that somewhere. I'm not a cat. I'm allergic. So, anyway, I'm allergic. It's a little Will Ferrell for you. All right, here we go. Final 10 question round left for you. Tom Cruise movies, category 6. Tom Cruise, guy does a lot of his own stunts. Perhaps the ultimate stunt is getting all the answers at trivia. Let's see how we do. Good luck to you. Don't know why looks like they're kind of displaying a little weird. Hold on. There we go. Tom Cruise movies. Good luck to you. Here we go. Question number 1. Tom Cruise rides a Kawasaki Ninja motorcycle around a United States airbase in what 1986 film? I repeat, number 1, Tom Cruise rides a Kawasaki Ninja motorcycle around a U.S. airbase in what 1986 film? Name that movie. Tough call. Guy likes a good motorcycle. I feel like over the years, that could be a lot of checks on the list. Who's familiar? Final guesses for that 1986 movie with a little Tom Cruise airbase motorcycle action. Number 2, Tom Cruise received his first Best Actor Oscar nomination for his role as anti-war activist Ron Kovic in what 1989 film? That's K-O-V-I-C, if I'm mispronouncing it. Pretty sure it's Kovic, though. To repeat, number 2, Tom Cruise received his first Best Actor Oscar nomination for his role, for his role as anti-war activist Ron Kovic in what 1989 movie? Name that film. Who's got it? Who knows it? Who loves a good anti-war activist kind of movie? Moving on, question 3. Who directed Tom Cruise in the 1999 film Eyes Wide Shut? I repeat, number 3. Who directed Tom Cruise in the 1999 film Eyes Wide Shut? Yeah, big year for fashionable kabuki masks in a weird sexual setting. Who's got it? Who likes a nice play on words and a director making things kind of weird? Final guess is moving on. Number 4. Show me the money, quote unquote, is an iconic line from what 1996 Tom Cruise film? I repeat, number 4, show me the money is an iconic line from what 1996 Tom Cruise film? Name that movie. I feel like nowadays it only gets said ironically or by accident, or in like a real life negotiation, I suppose. Nevertheless, at one point it was almost a cliche. Name that movie. Final guesses. Moving on, number 5. What movie did Tom Cruise and Dustin Hoffman jokingly refer to as two schmucks in a car, quote unquote, while they were filming it? I repeat, number 5. What movie did Tom Cruise and Dustin Hoffman jokingly refer to as two schmucks in a car while they were filming it? Name that movie. Maybe a good trivia category, actually. Two schmucks in a car, and it just films that fit that as the premise. So you can do Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That'd be a good one. Dumb and Dumber. It's a whole subgenre. That's got to be a thing. It's a lot to think about. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, number 6. Tom Cruise dances in his underwear to a Bob Seger song in what 1983 comedy? To repeat, number 6, Tom Cruise dances in his underwear to a Bob Seger song in what 1983 comedy? Name that comedy. I mean, who hasn't, right? Come on. Bob Seger, 1983, great year for being in your underwear. It's just like, it was bound to happen. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, number 7, what 2002 sci-fi film stars Tom Cruise as an officer with the pre-crime police department? I repeat, number 7, what 2002 sci-fi film stars Tom Cruise as an officer with the pre-crime police department? Name that movie from 2002. Anyone been following the trailers for the movie Tenet coming up soon? Tenet, Christopher Nolan. It's going to be like an Inception and a Memento, and they made like a sandwich out of it and squished it like in a weird sci-fi panini maker. It's going to be a real head twister. I can't wait. Tenet is coming. Keep your ear to the ground. Time's flowing backwards, but a guy perceives it forwards. I don't know what's happening. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, number 8. In what World War II film does Tom Cruise star as a German officer attempting to assassinate Hitler? I repeat, number 8. In what World War II film does Tom Cruise star as a German officer attempting to assassinate Hitler? Name that movie. Just realized I haven't been checking the chat. Everyone good? People love their cats. Check behind the bar. That's great. Final guesses for this one. Moving on to the penultimate question of the back half, number 9. What state flower of Mississippi shares its name with a Tom Cruise movie? I repeat, number 9. What state flower of Mississippi shares its name with a Tom Cruise movie? Name that state flower / movie. I mean, the word Mississippi almost looks like Mission Impossible. Mississippi Impossible? Is that a... Oh, it's probably not it. I see at Wicket 54, you guys just like shaking your head no over wine. No. I apologize. That's a play on words that was never meant to happen. Final guesses, name that flower. And finally, number 10, last one of the half of the regular questions. Tom Cruise spent 5 hours a day training his voice for his role as rock singer Stacey Jacks in what 2012 film? I repeat, number 10, Tom Cruise spent 5 hours a day training his voice for his role as rock singer Stacey Jacks in what 2012 film? Name that movie from 2012. Did that movie do well? I can't remember. Feels like, I think it did well. It was a different time. Anywho, let's find out our repeat before we get to the final trivia here. Your quick little repeat for anyone that was close. Last chance, 5 seconds in every question. Number 1, name the film from 86, Motorcycle with an Airbase. Number 2, 89 movie. Name that film, anti-war activist, received his first nomination. Number 3, who directed Eyes Wide Shut? Number 4, Show Me the Money. What's the film that's from? 1996. Number 5, Two Schmucks in a Car. Tom Cruise, Dustin Hoffman. What's it called? What's the movie? 6, Tom Cruise in his underwear, Bob Seger song. Name the comedy in 83. Number 7, Pre-Crime Police, Tom Cruise, 2002. Name that movie. 8, what's the World War II film where he's trying to kill Hitler? Number 9, Mississippi State Flower shares its name with this movie. And number 10, what's the 2012 film where he was Stacey Jacks and sang a lot? He was a rock singer. I don't know, but you guys are done that round, which means you're done regular trivia. Well done, guys. Regular trivia is over. Well done. You're unmuted. Feel good.
Woo!
Keep going, Steve.
Wahoo. Somebody jump on a couch now.
Jumping on a couch?
For Tom Cruise.
It's a Tom Cruise reference. I'm
Yep,
with you,
I got
Roxy.
I got them.
I remember the days of Oprah and Tom Cruise combining forces. You know what forces we got to combine right now, though? The forces of wagering with trivia. Gonna mute you guys, and you are gonna have a final trivia question. Bam, bam, bam. Check it out. Here's the deal. Sharing the screen one more time, in theory. Cool. Boop. There we go. Final trivia. So first of all, this is a lie that says 10 points. It says 20 points. It should say 10 points. In fact, I wonder if I can, I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do something I don't normally do. Watch this. Beep, doop, 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 doop. Beep, doop, 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 doop. Oh, no, it's gone. No, it's good. Okay. 10 points. Only 10 points. There we go. And we'll save it. And it's like it never happened. Boom. How much can I wager? The category's third film in a franchise. You might have already snuck a peek at the actual question, which was right beneath it there. Anyway, you'll have less than a minute to work on it. Here you go. Write down a number that you wager in your final trivia round. The question is, for this third film franchise round, what are the full names of the third films in the following, I should say 5 film franchises. I'm sorry. Die Hard, Lord of the Rings, Indiana Jones, The Hobbit, John Wick. Name the full names of the third films in those film franchises. All of them, not just 3, all of them. Good luck to you guys. 1 minute is on the clock. Clock is ticking. Believe in yourself. Cheers. Just a reminder, it's all 5 of those movies. It's not just the 3 film franchises, it's all 5. 30 seconds. $15 seconds. 5 seconds, guys. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Remember, all 5 of those film franchises, name their full third film titles. Tiebreaker, what's the seating capacity of Camden Yards in Baltimore? I repeat, what's the seating capacity of Camden Yards in Baltimore? Take your shot at that one. You're not supposed to know it. It's supposed to be hard. But the closer you are, if you're tied for one of the top spots, might bump somebody down. So do your best. And with that, guys, you did it. You are once again at the very end of trivia. I say once again because we do this every week, not because you've already been there. But before we can give you the answers for that second half, please, once again, email your answers so far in the next 5 minutes to Steve Hobbs at stevehobbs.entertainment@gmail.com. Once again, that's stevehobbs.entertainment@gmail.com. The time is 10:05. At 10:10, count them, 10:10, I'm going to be giving you guys those answers. So do your best, get them in nice and quick. That should be more than enough time. Don't do any Googling. Don't be a cheater, nothing like that. And yeah, I'll be watching the email. That's pretty much it. Good luck to you guys. Get those answers in one more time. Try and put your total of your first half as well, the updated score, in that same file if you're sitting in a file. Just make it easy for me. Cool. Good luck. 5 minutes on the clock. Cheers. 1 minute left, guys. You got 1 minute to get in those answers. I'm checking my email right now. Less than a minute. Good luck. All right, guys. That is, time is up on that one. Oh, where'd my video go? There I am. Time's up. Hopefully you got your emails in. Just taking a quick looky-loo and making sure nobody totally dropped the ball. Nice. Pretty sure we're good to go. Last one came into me a full 2 minutes ago. So great job, guys. Here are your answers for the second half, and then we'll do the final sign-off where you submit your final score. Cool. Take a look at the screen one more time. Sharing it with you right about now, Ski. Here we go. Here are your audio answers for the second half. Remember, half a point for the artist, half a point for the song title. Be as accurate as you can in marking yourself, or else it'll just make it real confusing later. Here we go. Your answers are Sir Mix-a-Lot, number 1 with Baby Got Back. Number 2, Prince with Let's Go Crazy. 3 was Johnny Cash with The Man Comes Around. 4 was Meatloaf with You Took the Words Right Out of My Mouth. 5, David Bowie with Modern Love. Great wedding song if you've got a dad that loves to dance to it. Number 6, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Here Comes My Girl. Number 7, Aerosmith with Crazy. 8, NWA with Straight Outta Compton. 9, Louis Armstrong with It's a Wonderful Life. And 10, Beyonce, Queen Bee herself, with Why Don't You Love Me? Why don't you love me? I love you, Beyonce. Total it out of 10. Half a point for the artist, half a point for the song title. Moving on. Hopefully you got all your half points all sorted out of that one. Moving on. Round 5. Here's the answers for that one as follows. Number 1, nursery rhymes, a mouse. 2, Humpty Dumpty. This round was a bit of a wash for me. Number 3, The Farmer's Wife. 4 was Candlestick. 5, Simple Simon. Ooh, see, this is one of those things. I have to make a decision, but people who put Simon versus Simple Simon. Let me just double check the question and the phrasing because I know it's going to come up. I didn't stipulate, technically Simon is the name of the character. So I'm going to allow just Simon. However, technically in the phrasing of the, even though Simple is not the first name of the character, anyway, just Simon is fine. Simple Simon is I think what they're going for though. Curds and Whey is number 6. 7, Mary Had a Little Lamb. 8, Roast Beef. 9, Plum is the fruit that was pulled out. 10, Columbo. Remember, that was another one I said for the fictional character, I'll make an exception. I mean, they did, so I might as well. Total that out of 10. And finally, round 6. Here's your answers for that one. 1 was Top Gun. 2, Born on the 4th of July. Born on the 4th of July. 3, Stanley Kubrick. 4 was Jerry Maguire. 5, Rain Man. 6, Risky Business, Dancing Underwear. 7, Minority Report. 8 was Valkyrie, Take That Hitler. 9, Magnolia. And 10, Rock of Ages. Total that out of 10. Just reminding you, only the audio round has the half points built in. Everything else, keep it a whole point. Keep it simple. And finally, here comes the wager. Remember, up to 10 points. We're looking to see how people did on that one. If you get it totally right, then you get whatever you wagered as a plus. If you get it even a little bit wrong, it's a minus. Here we go. Final trivia, drum roll. Blah, 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 blah. The answer was Die Hard with a Vengeance, Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, The Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies, and John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum. You had to have all of those in there. If you forgot a the, not a big deal. But if you forgot like Parabellum or even Chapter 3 in John Wick, Chapter 3, that's the full name. We had full in caps. You got to get the whole full name of those third movies. Die Hard with a Vengeance, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade, The Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies, John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum. Plus it if you got it right, minus it if you got it even a little wrong. Whatever you wagered, we'll see how that shakes out. And the tiebreaker, 45,971 at Camden Yards. Just FYI, it's their capacity there. It's a big place. All right, guys, your final job. I'm about to unmute you, but before you do, time to take that last step. Once you've completed marking your answers, please submit your final score plus team name and email used. It's all in the prompt there. Using the Google Forms doc in the Google Drive link form from before. So once again, that when you update that, it shows up immediately on my end. You don't have to download anything with that one. Just fill it in as per usual. I'll see all the answers on my end, and we'll find out who won in just a moment. I'm going to be giving you guys 5 minutes to submit all that stuff. Then I'm closing the accepting of responses. And yeah, good luck to you. Believe in yourselves. I believe in you. And remember, only the top score is the one I'm really scrutinous with. But be scrutinous for yourself. Make sure that you're being honest with yourself about your trivia answers, just to make life a little bit easier for me. Make sure you're being accurate. That's all. Good luck to you guys. You got 5 minutes. Clock's ticking. And you're unmuted starting right now. Hold on. Unmuted.
Hello.
Hold on. Steve, the submission
form isn't working.
sheet isn't working.
Steve!
Sorry, I hear you guys. Let me just check one thing. Hold on. Sorry.
You had to go poo.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. It should be working now. There was just one little button that was clicked off, left over from last week. Sorry about that. It's open 5 minutes from now. YouTube people, you wouldn't have noticed. So it's 10:18 right now. By 10:23, I'm hoping that I can just look at that top score and read off our winners here. And then at the end of the week, we will be finding out who's up for the case of beer. So good luck to you guys. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for letting me know. Cool. 10:23. Good luck.
What are we waiting for?
He's gotta look at who went. He's doing the math. What? What you excited about? So fucking cold in my apartment, man. Yeah, basements. Oh shit, I just remembered I got ice cream.
Ooh. You should switch that up though for bread with butter and tomatoes.
As delightful as that sounds. I think I'm gonna go chocolate peanut butter ice cream.
What brand?
Haagen-Dazs, bitch.
Oh shit, that's a fancy thing.
I don't claim it. That's nothing. That's not true.
I've never had a bad chocolate peanut butter ice cream, I don't think.
Yeah, it's always slaps. Always slaps.
Bored enough to start playing The Sims again.
I love The Sims. I will always be bored enough. I don't have it though.
Yeah, that's fine. I have to turn on my Xbox 360 and like the door of it like won't open. It's like really hard to get the door open to put CDs into it. But
I wanted to play that monster game that you were playing.
It's on Steam.
So do I need a good computer for that?
I don't think it has to be too good. I don't know. I don't have Steam because it's like an app you have to like install on your computer or some shit. But
I need Steam for it, or you're saying?
Yeah, it's like you have to install Steam and then you have to buy the game on Steam. Steam's like a platform for games. What? I don't know what Steam is. That's cool.
I know, I've seen it somewhere too. I don't know where though.
I've been playing a lot of Minecraft. But I think I want to start.
Yeah, that would be good.
I also have the Buffy the Vampire Slayer game from like the 2000s.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
I love
What's
that was one of the first games I downloaded.
What's the plot of the Buffy game?
I haven't played it enough to get a sense of the plot.
30 seconds, guys. Make sure you get those answers all the way submitted
Vampires.
there. 30
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah, it makes sense.
General Slayer type.
Yeah. Slaying, you know.
And I'm pretty sure like Anthony Stewart Head did the voices themselves.
Aww.
But it's like really 2000s graphics. Like it's amazing.
Fun.
I'm gonna show you the cover. It's hilarious. Okay, this is the cover.
5 seconds, everybody.
I love it.
And I don't know if you can see the back, but there's like.
And 3,
Well,
2,
beware, Slayer is here.
1.
Better watch out, demons. Don't get played.
Yes, Queen Slay.
I also have Skyrim. I have Skyrim, but for like Xbox 360.
Submissions are closed, guys. Just checking those answers to see who's on top.
Getting tired.
I had a nap, so now I'm gonna be up till 4 a.m. Roxy, can you hear Yuli?
I can't hear him. No.
I can hear you again.
Uh-oh. You tried now. You can't hear it though.
I feel like
Hi. Hold on. I'm gonna X out and start again.
time Yuli's been talking and Roxy's completely missed it.
Hold on. I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna get back in.
Imagine you were like sharing deep truths about your soul. You were like, Roxy, I know as a queer ally and like a fellow queer person, you'll really understand this. I'm like, I wouldn't share this.
Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, Roxy. Ulysses.
I can hear you. I can hear you now, Ulysses.
What?
I just thought you were being quiet. I just thought you were being quiet.
Why does this keep happening?
I don't know.
I blame the NSA.
Yeah. Okay, this is better.
You're Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, here too.
What were you saying that flower show was about?
It's like a competition show where people make like giant flower displays.
Oh, that's cool.
It's so good. And it's like there's like this gay guy and like his dad, and there's like these great gay couples, and like there's this trans lady and like her friend, and they're just like making like sea turtles out of succulents and shit, and you're just like,
is it like a classic Food Network kind of challenge?
kind of, but like not as cheesy. It's a little bit more like British Bake Off. It's set in England, but it's like a mixture of like Americans and British people.
Oh, cool. I like it.
Cute.
They have like a little greenhouse where they're like making their shit, and you're just like, what?
Aww.
It definitely has like heart and soul. It's definitely not too hard to handle. Well, I guess only in that there's people from different places.
Ain't nothing wrong with what you want to handle.
And the judges were kind of bitchy. I like it. Like there's one episode where one of the teams is like falling really behind, and like all the other teams are like, we're gonna help, and they like come over and they're helping, and one of the judges is like, you're gonna need to stop accepting help because we're judging you on your work, not on the ability of other people to help you. And you're like, damn.
Oh, wow. Whoa. Savage.
This is like some people arranging flowers. You don't have to be so cold. But she's just like, nah, get out of there, bitches.
Is she British?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Of course. Yeah. This Simon Cowell of flower arranging.
Nice. Like, some of them are really ugly, and they'll just be like, well, you might have been able to do better, huh? They're not like super savage where they're like, this is hideous and you should reconsider your life. But also you kind of learn a little bit about plants, which I liked.
Fun.
I always find those good ones too. I'm just like, this is such a waste at the end of the day.
Yeah, I thought a lot about, I was like, there are a lot of fucking flowers being chopped up.
Mm-hmm.
It feels less bad than food just being like, hey, that's
At least
it.
they grew the flowers.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. There's one challenge where they have to build like a giant sculpture, and it has to be like self-sustaining for like a year. It has to be able to like actually have to plant it, and it has to be able to be watered and like continue with it. But it's good. There's this like really weird, quirky, queer Danish couple, and they always have these like weird outfits and costumes, and they make really cool shit. Sorry.
Nice.
Did you find a website that worked?
Sorry, Nikki, what'd you say?
Oh, I was just wondering which website did you find? Okay.
I'm watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia on there right now.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, I should watch that. I love that show.
B, can you stream from your computer to your TV using those websites?
I do. I just use an HDMI cable.
Yeah, I have an HDMI cable. And I have a
Okay.
Chromecast, so it depends.
I have a Chromecast. I need to figure out how to do that.
I find it doesn't work as well with watch series. Mm-hmm.
The one who's like paranoid about Corona.
Yeah.
Like lick her HDMI cord and take it back. While maintaining like aggressive eye contact with her. Like Jungle Rules. No, you're not.
No.
You didn't do something wrong. You went to a grocery store. Fuck that woman.
Yeah, it's not like you went and hooked up with somebody. Like,
and you know what? Even if you did, you're a free adult.
Exactly. Yeah.
want to slap this girl.
No, like
Yuli, no.
doing that. No,
Use your kitchen 3 times a day like you
you're
would.
paying for it.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Well,
Girl,
you guys
I haven't done
compromise,
jujitsu
like,
in
maybe-
2 months. I'll go over there and kick her ass. I need someone to fight.
Remember when that girl I live with took over the entire kitchen downstairs? I let her walk all over me, and I regret doing that.
Dr. Phil says you teach people how to treat you, Yuli.
Yeah, that's so true.
Teach that bitch that you will not be leopard.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll come over there and choke her.
Cough on her. Just cough on her.
He's like,
Dufferin, I've definitely taught Dufferin how to treat me, and look how that's going.
fucking different.
He
See, that's what
slapped
Dr.
me.
Phil said you teach people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think about crazy fucking cats. They do what they
Yeah.
want. Fucking Duffy. He's such an anarchist.
Zero ass, this guy.
He's so chunky too.
He's so chunky, I don't get it. Like, I don't know when he's eating all this extra food. Eric's asleep right now because this shit takes so goddamn long.
I feel for Steve, man. This ain't easy to do. Being a teacher and you're trying to tally shit up. Roots.
We should just get the answers tomorrow.
You guys always do this though.
I know. It's because I'm tired.
I know.
But I had a Coke, so I'm okay.
Yeah, you're buzzed this time.
Good.
Hepped up on the caffeine.
Yeah. Just do a little book of sugar so you can take care of your baby.
That coffee from that coffee ecology place is so fucking good, man. Did you order any, Nikki?
No, because I feel like I've just been doing so much online ordering that I need to chill.
I hear you, girl.
Like, I ordered like an art print yesterday, and I was like, what am I doing? Like, I don't need this.
I think
But
it's
I'm trying to relax.
I'm a response. You're like, I have to acquire the necessary things to make this not a crisis.
It's just so much, like, it's just too easy, so I'm trying to relax with it.
I'm trying to track every day that I don't spend money.
Oh, how are you doing it?
On my calendar, I give myself a check mark if I didn't spend any money.
Like,
Oh, that's a good system. That's good.
including like groceries and stuff, or just like.
That's a quite literally today I bought groceries and I'm wondering, I mean, I spent money.
Yeah, I would count it because.
But then I'm like the other day, I was like, I broke down and I was like, I am signing up for Harry Potter and the Sacred Text summer camp online because I need something to look forward to. God damn it!
Yeah.
I signed up for it and I was like, all right, now that I've like popped today's money spending cherry, I'm going ham, and I ordered pizza.
You're like,
backfired.
Going down. Well, cause
delicious.
you could technically be like, well, I'm not buying groceries, but I bought this food that I'm gonna eat, so
yeah,
I would just count it all.
Like, I can spend money. It's just that I gotta not be buying Lush bath bombs. And,
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That's like a worthwhile investment.
That's like for you. I think that would be a good thing to buy. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not going to be like a problem that you've acquired a handy skill.
Yeah. And you're talented. You have a good eye, so I think that would be a good thing for you to have, regardless.
What's a DSLR? Is that a type of camera? Oh.
How much does it cost?
You know what? We'll have to save that question for another time. Guys, we've got the final tally figured out here. You're muted briefly for a second. This was a bit of a hot button one because I had to make some hard choices, and I don't think everyone's going to be happy about it. So here's the deal. It said in caps that we're looking for the full name of those third trilogy movies. That being said, if you just put I would have been willing to make more of an exception if you had just put, for teams that just put, left out the franchise name like The Hobbit or whatever, but then put what immediately came after The Hobbit or immediately after Indiana Jones or immediately after whatever. But if you leave out unique phrasing, and here's the real stickling point for me, is that the John Wick franchise, if you left out chapter 3 and you gave yourself 10 points, I'm sorry. That's, you left out part of the unique phrasing because the first movie wasn't called John Wick Chapter 1. It's chapter 3 is unique to the third movie. So anyone that did that, and I caught a couple teams, the top 2 teams actually both counted that as a win for themselves. I'm so sorry. That does not count as a win. So as a result, big round of applause for all of these teams that all did very well, but they did not necessarily get into that top spot. I'm going to unmute you now. You can feel free to boo me all you want as I go along here. Don't boo me. You're unmuted. All right. Here's the teams that all did fantastically in general.
In which case, yeah.
Big round of applause for Puzzles. Great job, Puzzles. Well done.
I have to say cunt.
Good things. I love it.
Puzzles.
Good job, Stone Dogs. Love that name, Stone Dogs. Right in the middle of the pack.
Exact.
Well played. Good job, Wall Bangers. Oh, I should mention we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 teams showing up on my fight. If there was more than that, it's possible they didn't submit their final answers right. I thought we had more than that, but I've only got 8 responses here in my final form, and that's what I go by. So anyway, great job, Stone Dogs. Great job, Wall Bangers. Well done. I love it. Good things. Good job. They would have been first if they had remembered chapter 3. Good job, Common Basic Ditches. Well, I can see the painful emotion. I'm assuming those middle fingers are intended to be thumbs up.
Come on, Steve.
Really?
Sorry, guys. You're not the only ones that got caught by it. Also, big round of applause for Social Distance Social Club. Well done. Well done. In fact, they were very close. I think they might have, in the weirdly reformed, they would have been right up at the top, possibly third place. I'm not going to do first, second, third this one because we only had 8 teams and because of the scoring issues. But Social Distance Social Club, they might have been third place, FYI. Great job, 63.5. Big round of applause for U2W, aka Katie Holmes's biggest regret. Well done. I love it because we all know what it's referencing. And a big round of applause for the team that would have been second place and then bumped up to first, but they also missed the chapter 3 and gave themselves a 10. Big round of applause for Tomatoes. Well done, Tomatoes.
They knew about your sandwich, Nikki.
I know.
And which leaves only one team remaining. First place, drum roll. Team Istra, 64 points. And by default, even though they weren't first originally, by the way, people scored themselves, by default going down the line, because they did get the chapter 3 and were consistent with that question. Yeah, they came out on top. First place 2 weeks in a row. Just by chance there. Pinballed their way to the top. Well done.
51.5.
I feel your pain. I see the thumbs downs. I'm sorry, Lisa. I'm sorry, Ash. It's that's the way the cookie crumbles. I got to stay impartial, and it's the only way. It's the only way I know how to do it on this one. So, plus, as an avid fan of the John Wick franchise, to miss the chapter part, that's part of the magic of the title. It's like turning a page. Anyway, you guys, to turn a page on this trivia night, you guys are fantastic. My hat goes off once again to all of you. Thank you so much for making it fun, for keeping it safe, showing you once again my desktop there. I will be contacting our first place winners from previous weeks and all that. Hope you all had a good time. Looking forward to seeing you next time. And remember, stay safe, play trivia from home, play it alone, even when you're playing with friends. And thank you so much, guys. My name is Steve Hobbs. Happy to be your trivia host yet again. Quizmaster out. And buy some food and drink from Loons, because they really need your business. And thank you. Great job, guys. Cheers.
faça a solidão é tão normal. Desculpe, estranho, eu voltei mais puro do céu. Sempre está lá e ver ele voltar. Não era mais o mesmo, mas estava em seu lugar. Sempre está lá e ver ele voltar. O tolo teme a noite, como a noite vai temer o fogo. Eu vou chorar sem medo, vou lembrar do tempo de onde eu vi o mundo azul. Estar lá e ver ele voltar. Não era mais o mesmo, mas estava em seu lugar. Sempre está lá e ver ele voltar. O tolo teme a noite, como a noite vai temer o fogo. Eu vou chorar sem medo, eu vou lembrar do tempo de onde eu vi o mundo azul.